Hi everyone, super excited, had an amazing time today out at Hatcher Pass with True North and his family. Got to see the start of the garden, and if you look behind me, that's where our garden's gonna be, and got to spend time with a 33-year master gardener, and so feel really fortunate. Stay tuned, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe now. But also, if you would, like, comment, and share.
Spring's right around the corner. Finally got the snow all melting off here. We're in Hatcher Pass, Alaska. Yeah, I looked that up. Yeah, that's where I'm at, right on the edge, literally. Perfect. I've got 10 raised beds. They're 4 foot by 16 feet. Every bed's 64 square feet times 10. That's 640 square feet. That's basically a 20 by 30 patch. And I'm going to show you how to pull out of that 20 foot by 30 foot area. I'm going to show you to pull 200 to 300 pounds of potatoes, 100 pounds of carrots, 100 pounds of beets, turnips. Really the best of it all is because I'm going to teach you a system here, and you can see this mulch that's on these beds, but it's a no water, no weed, no fertilize, no till. This will actually be my 33rd consecutive garden. So I've been doing it for 33 years. Been gardening up in Alaska about 15. And kind of going to some next level, some of this Arctic growing techniques. But whatever I'm doing here, it'll work twice as good anywhere down the lower 48. See here, these are 4 foot by 16 foot beds, just dimensional lumber, cut down an easy side. I put these back in summer 2009, just regular old lumber. They're holding up fine. You know, out of this little patch here, it's only said if you were lay it out in one big section, 20 foot by 30 foot, I'm putting up 200 to 300 pounds of potatoes, 100 pounds of carrots, wheelbarrows full of cabbage, make all that mountain slaw, beets, 7,500 pounds of beets, 50, 75 pounds of turnips, kale, which you wouldn't just believe, kale by the bushel. Kale, as far as it not only is a superfood to eat, but it's really a superfood to grow because you'll yield more nutrient value out of 1 square foot of kale than any other planet on the earth. So in Alaska, we can get 3 cuttings of kale. It's a pretty, kale's always historically been a real important food to people in the northern latitudes. Once you do a little planting, it's time just to go out there and get some dirt and some pots and start planting some seeds. And I'm just going to show you how I do it. Some of you have done this, 50 times. Some of you never done it before, but it's not rocket science. And we're just going to go outside and I'm going to show you how I do it. And this is how you get your dirt into your little plants to plant your seedlings. Now, the one thing I don't want anybody to think about is that you have to have seedlings for everything you do in the garden. Now, some stuff grows in the garden from seed, and the greenhouse, you don't need seedlings. I've just found over the years that some plants, if they get a few extra weeks, they'll just produce a lot more for you. I'll recommend that don't get any container smaller than this. I see some people do them in, eggshell carton, smaller deals. I'm just going to tell you why not. You have to sustain a plant in this little patch of earth for 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, you got to really think about that you're providing the maximum airability for their root system. You're able to fertilize, just that plant's going to grow healthier. Because I can tell you, I used to grow herbs here. I'd get them this big. I'd grow it in a bigger pot. I'd get them this big. Grow it in a bigger pot. Get them this big. The bigger your pot can be, the greater chance your plant has to reach its genetic potential. I'm just going to plead with everybody, don't go to big box and get, the potting soil. I know it's cheap, but it's got Miracle-Gro already in it. But guys, every single community, I don't care where you're at, right here in Alaska, this is Alaska original soil. It's Fishy peat, it's ground up salmon meal and mixed into some, organic biomass. I think it might be some of the best topsoil, it's a $7, $8 bag here in Alaska. But hey, the only thing I want to tell you about this, don't do compaction. When you get your dirt in there, get it in there. Don't tap it down, press it down, shake it off. You don't want to have compaction. Now, when you water it, it's going to sink about this much. It's okay. So now it's all about, getting ready to plant your seeds in there. I like to go with the potting soil and just water a little bit. I'm going to water it after I plant it too, but just to kind of get the soil down a little bit. We got these watering cans. You can stick a stick in them like this, and you'll reduce the trickle by 4 or 5 times, so it's not coming out in some big major gush. Comes out real simple. Something my grandfather taught me. Seeds you want to get, make sure that you get, certified organic seeds or heirloom seeds, whatever you don't get hybrids. As long as it's a non-hybrid seed, I'm not going to be seed snobs. It's just about not hybrids. Hybrids will not give you seeds. That's what industrial agricultural production is about. The farmers got to go to the seed companies every year. They're really not allowed to grow their own seeds or replenish their crops anymore. That's what hybrids are. I only want one seedling in each cup, so you got to put 3-4 seeds in there to guarantee you'll have one, but then you're going to have to cut the other ones, but it's okay. Just going to take those little seeds there. And I'm just going to they'll probably want it being 4 or 5 in here, but it's okay. Just kind of want to space them out a little bit. You read these seed packs, they're going to say on average to plant them a 1/16 and 1/8 or 1/4 inch deep. Take this soil and just kind of, rake it back and forth a little bit. Just make sure those seeds kind of are going to get covered in there. So to regulate flow, put a big stick into your watering can. You can just give that little trickle flow that you want, when you're doing this type of watering work. You don't want the big spigot to go in there and wash everything away or deep.
Wow.
That's kind of it. I'll keep it on those lights.
So True, thanks for taking the time to sit with us, start this series off.
Yeah, no problem at all. I'm glad. I'm looking forward to it this season. It's a lot of stuff I've just learned from other people. My grandfather, he was a master gardener. He gardened from the time he was in his teens and lived to be 100 years old, and he had a garden up until his 98th year. And
did he till and weed his garden?
No, he utilized the root stout method too. He just used the old world formulas and ways to maximize your yield per square foot in your garden. He didn't garden for a hobby. He gardened to feed himself and his wife of 50 years and his kids. And he grew, his gardens were showcases just because of how healthy they were, how sustainable the whole garden was, and just the quality of the foodstuffs that he would pull out of there and the amount. If you like this video, like, comment, share, or subscribe. Got it.
Right?
Getting her done.
Here you go. Great job.
No
Nice
problem.
First take.
No.
Thank you for the beer.